What's that? Sonic's unleashed? Hold on a second, I'll go and get the dogs and we'll get him back in his cage then.
Here we go!
Originally released in 2008 for PS3 and Xbox 360, Sonic Unleashed was an attempt to course-correct the Sonic franchise after the poorly received 2006 Sonic the Hedgehog. Developed by Sonic Team and using a bespoke engine created specifically for it, called the Hedgehog engine, Sonic Unleashed is probably still the fastest Sonic game ever created. The Hedgehog engine allows Sonic Team to render stage geometry at incredibly high speeds, which allowed them to create these really long, detailed and elaborate stages for Sonic to blitz through, complete with multiple paths to explore. They task the player with boosting, drifting, platforming, sidestepping and homing attacking enemies while finding their way to the goal, and it all happens so fast that the game demands you replay its stages to find the best route through them. You feel like an absolute king when you start to clear stages without taking a death, especially when the difficulty ramps up and the stages start to introduce more pitfalls. Of course, this is only half of the game because at night Sonic transforms into a werehog and the pace slows down significantly. Your top speed while running is considerably slower than Sonic's running speed, even without boosting. You now have to carefully platform around slow-paced stages while repeatedly having your progress halted so you can get into fights with these annoying little glowy monsters. It's a strange mix of low-speed platforming and brawling that in actuality features smaller stages to explore, but the pace of the action makes the werehog stages feel 3 times as long as the daytime Sonic stages. It really splits the Sonic Unleashed experience right down the middle, and it often feels like you're playing tedious, repetitive beat-em-up stages more than you are going hell for leather through some of the most exciting high-speed Sonic action ever. Progress through the game is also brought to its knees by the game's insistence that you collect enough Sun and Moon medals to gain access to the next stage. This means you have to keep going back to explore areas and stages to get more medals before you can progress, and the game is just not set up in a way that encourages this sort of exploration. Daytime stages will let you turn around and explore, but the camera will not reposition itself to show what's behind you. This means you'll more than likely fall into a pit you can't see 9 times out of 10. It's a real shame and an unnecessary inclusion. Thankfully, the whole game is bound together with some of the greatest visual design in any Sonic game. The sheer amount of detail in the environments is staggering, and Sonic Team have also lit everything with global illumination, making the lighting feel really natural and realistic. Every light source illuminates the characters and the environment in a believable way. Moving Sonic against the coloured light source will make it show on Sonic's model, and this stuff still feels pretty groundbreaking even now. I also love that the human characters have been stylised to look more like something from a DreamWorks or Pixar animated feature, as it matches the stylised look of Dr. Eggman as well as Sonic and his pals. Speaking of pals, Sonic Unleashed does also include a new one in the form of Chip. Chip is unfortunately another mark against this game, as he is an irritating little that doesn't shut up, with some of the most annoying line reads I've ever heard. Until recently, Sonic Unleashed has been stuck in console exclusivity with releases on Xbox 360 and PS3, while a different scaled-back version of the game was also developed for PS2 and Wii by Dimps. Well, that changed in March 2025 when a team of talented developers created Unleashed Recompiled, the first recompilation of an Xbox 360 game ever. Unleashed Recompiled is a full decompilation of the Xbox 360 version of Unleashed that has been recompiled to work on modern PCs. This allows the game to run at higher resolutions, higher frame rates, and even has support for mods, so the experience can now be tailored however you want. In order to get the port working, you do need to rip the original files from your own 360 copy of Unleashed, but instructions on how to do this and get the recompilation working will be listed in this video's description. Once you're all set up, Sonic Unleashed can be tailored in a way that makes the experience much better through the use of mods. Don't like Chip? Simply change him out entirely. I've been using a mod that replaces him with Hatsune Miku, which drastically changes the character from being an annoying little that I wanted to stab to death to something funny that makes me laugh every time the character appears in cutscenes. You can also use something like Starlight's No Medal Requirements mod to let you access all the stages in any order, and overcome the game's insistence of gating access to the next stage behind some arbitrary amount of medals. Unleashed Recompiled really lets you tweak the experience however you want to, and turn an otherwise flawed Sonic game into one of the best. Granted, you still have to contend with the werehog stages, but it might be worth browsing the mods for something that makes those a little more tolerable as well. The world is your oyster now we have Unleashed Recompiled, and the developers have to be commended for making huge strides in digital preservation by making this. A PC port of Unleashed has been something fans have been begging for years now, and for a free one to just turn up like this thanks to the incredible work of some extremely talented fans is nothing short of a miracle. Trust Sonic fans to go the extra mile and absolutely blow the roof off Xbox 360 recompilation progress. This is incredible work and a highly recommended download if you have a PC that can play it.